Disclaimer: the following is a true crime-style dramatization of pre-existing fictional media. The rights to said media belong to their respective rights holders, and any resemblance to persons living or dead not stated in the original media is merely coincidental, and honestly, would be pretty wild.
Hello and welcome back to Real Strange Tales, where we delve into the strange, violent, mysterious, and macabre tales that take place in our real world. I'm your host and narrator, Mike Howes, aka Slaughterhouse.
And I am also your host, Cody McLaughlin, aka Yodi McGlockin.
Wow.
Because it's about an Eminem,
Uh-huh.
he raps.
Right.
Rappers say yo sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And Glock, like a Glock.
Got it.
I'm proud of it.
I've known you for a good 50% of my life, so I already know the answer, but for the folks listening, you a fan of Eminem?
No, never heard of him.
What? Yes, you have.
Oh, wait, am I, supposed to?
Supposed to what?
I thought it's like the guy you're explaining it to, I'm supposed to play dumb and act like a dullard who hasn't ever had contact with another human.
How often do you do that?
Oh, like every episode. You never noticed until now?
Yeah, I think this one was a bridge too far.
I'll dial it back. Ask me again.
Okay. Are you a fan of Eminem?
I think so.
Man,
Okay, yes. I'm a fan of Eminem. Why do you ask, my tall companion?
because our story today is about another Eminem fan.
Ooh, someone with shared interest?
But he took it a little too far.
Ah, I know how that goes.
Oh, are we about to get a story about you doing something embarrassing while drunk?
No, I meant the night that you graduated high school and you got drunk and rapped Relapse front to back in front of, your entire family.
Oh, I remember that.
You do?
No.
It was great. That CD was only like a month old. But yeah, so what did this Eminem stand do?
Fun fact. This guy's name is Stan. More fun fact, he's the person the phrase Stan actually came from.
Ooh, those facts are fun. And, actually, oh god. I just remembered what show we're on, and this is probably going to take a real dark turn.
Oh, sister, you don't even know. In the year 1999, Stanley Mitchell was in his early 20s. He lived an unremarkable life, having just moved in with his girlfriend Florian Armstrong. He had difficulty finding work due to his short temper, mood swings, and the assault he'd committed on an underage girl at a fraternity party that resulted in his expulsion from college.
Way to ramp up to that. Jesus. He was annoyed easily, unpleasant to be around, and also the worst thing you can do?
Yeah, he's not off to a great start.
I'll say.
Don't worry though, he does not get better.
Florian needs to get her ass out of there before she gets stuck.
Shortly after the couple moved in together, they would announce that they were expecting their first child.
Well, god damn it.
Despite living with the love of his life and a bundle of joy on the way, Stan still struggled with purpose, spending his days in front of the TV while Florian worked 2 jobs to support them.
While she's pregnant?
While she's pregnant.
This dude. I hope this is about someone pushing him into a wood chipper.
It would have saved a lot of people a lot of stress, but unfortunately, no. One day, Stan tuned into MTV and his world changed as he caught the debut single from Dr. Dre protege Eminem. Through the duration of his song My Name Is, Stan felt a connection to Marshall Mathers that would grow into an obsession.
Oh no, I'm just realizing he talked about chainsaws a lot back then. Does he use a chainsaw?
It's not spoiling anything to say that no, he does not use a chainsaw.
Oh, does he let the Slim Shady persona take him over and make him bite people's heads off like Venom?
Nope.
I'm just trying to keep it light here, man. I'm scared. Venom, Eddie bro.
Stan then began going behind Florian's back, using her money to buy up every Eminem recording he could, including the hard-to-find tracks he'd made while still underground, and dragging his younger brother Matthew to concerts.
When Eminem was underground? Did his lady friend make him record in the basement too?
No, Underground rappers are ones that aren't signed to a major record label yet.
Oh, so this show is kind of underground then, right?
I mean, yeah, we're not famous and this doesn't reach a wide audience.
For now, subscribe for more spooky stories.
Pretty tasteless, big dog. It was during one of these concerts that Stan actually got to meet Eminem, who provided him an address to send fan mail and encouraged him to write.
They're gonna have a Joker stalked thing going on.
His name is Murray Franklin.
If you say so.
Stan began spending large chunks of his day writing letters to the rapper. The first few letters were lost in the mail, as Stan's handwriting was too sloppy for the United States Postal Service to deliver the letters.
Alright, that one I can relate to. I am so glad I can do my taxes online now. Don't audit me.
However, the first of the ones that could be recovered revealed that Stan viewed the two as longtime friends or pen pals. He mentioned that he had a baby on the way and asked about Eminem's daughter Haley. He even related to the loss of Eminem's uncle Ronnie, who had taken his own life, to a friend of his that had done the same. He bragged about all of the rare tracks and merchandise he'd purchased and signed it, "Your biggest fan. This is Stan."
You are coming on a little strong, dude. Jesus.
Yeah, I get that it can be exciting to talk to someone you admire, but yeah, that's a lot to dump on someone who hasn't replied to your first message yet.
Not that intensely, at least. I mean, if it's some chick nice enough to, I don't know, give you their number, it's not as terrible, but it's still weird. Mike.
Who are you talking about?
I don't have any confirmed evidence, but you seem like the type.
Oh, okay. At this point, Florian had complained to her friends that he had bleached his hair like Eminem.
Okay, that one is kind of funny.
I remember half the kids we went to school with that did that. They just hated Eminem.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing I didn't get. I would never dress like my enemies unless I was trying to get into their head, see how they work, how they think, so I could take them out if need be.
Is that why you shave your head like Howie Mandel?
I didn't think of that. I need to start wearing something on my head.
She also told them that he would lock her in the bathroom while he was having his episodes and wouldn't let her out for hours. She told them that she wanted to kick him out, but was afraid of how he would react.
That's decidedly less funny. Not funny at all, in fact.
Yeah, he's an all-around piece of shit, and that piece of shit's only gonna roll downhill.
Damn it.
In the second delivered letter, Stan voiced his frustration in having not yet received a response to his first letter, trying once again to relate to the rapper, pointing out that they both had absent fathers with a history of abuse.
And Homeboy is on the fast track to become one himself. Little idiot.
He attempted to gain sympathy, mentioning how disappointed his then 6-year-old brother Matthew was that they had waited hours in the extreme cold, only to be passed by.
He was probably like, oh no, this weirdo! Why does he have a child in the cold? Oh god, I'm gonna meet 50 Cent in a few years.
Is that your Eminem? Okay, but Jesus, you think he was just counting down the days until he got to meet 50 Cent?
Yeah, wouldn't you?
How would I know that?
Mine's 4 years, 2 months, 30 days.
What makes you think that?
It's gonna be so fun.
I hope you have fun. Stan noted that he could relate to Eminem, that drifting away listening to his music was his only escape when he was depressed. So much so that he got a tattoo of Eminem's name across his chest.
At least it's something he cares about. I know so many people with tattoos that don't mean anything.
What's your tattoo of again?
I don't remember. I picked it out of a book.
He also admitted to emulating Eminem's lyrics and harming himself.
Man, he doesn't actually do that. Just like he didn't actually kill Dr. Dre in his basement.
Yeah, when he raps, he's a character. What he says isn't necessarily something he does or believes.
Yeah, he let Dr. Dre leave the basement after, just scaring him a little bit.
I don't think he ever had Dre in his basement for real.
I mean, every lie has some truth to it.
That's something paranoid people say to make themselves feel less paranoid.
Oof. Alright, that one's a little too close to home, buddy.
He claimed that his girlfriend was jealous because he talks about Eminem 24/7, but she doesn't understand the connection they share.
I'm sure she would be very happy if Eminem just took him off her hands.
He concluded the letter with a straightforward, P.S. We should be together too.
Like, biblically? Or non-biblically, since they want to be all uncool about dude love?
I don't know how to respond to that sentence, but yeah, romantically and physically.
Righteous. But God, Imagine Florian going through all this shit, then finding out he would have happily left you for a celebrity and you could have had the house all to yourself.
Is that why Sarah asked if I knew Tony Hawk's contact information?
Dude, that would be so amazing.
A few weeks after the second letter, Eminem caught up on them on his tour bus and sat down to write a letter back.
Aww.
He apologized for the length of time it took him to respond.
See? Chill out, dude. Your crush will text you back. Just give him a few minutes to get back on his tour bus.
He's trying to be cordial about the whole thing, so even though it's like creepy as hell, so good for him. He congratulated him on the upcoming baby and asked how far along Florian was.
He asked that like she's still going to be pregnant by the time he gets around to reading the other letter.
Thanks for asking. She's about 70 months along, about to start kindergarten.
Oh, wow. Is that really all the free time you get before you get forced into public school and society just starts beating you down by telling all the other kids that your allergy is the reason they can't bring peanut butter and jelly for lunch?
Roughly? I pulled that number out of my ass, honestly, plus 9 of those months you're in a womb.
Unless you're lucky and came out early.
I wouldn't call being a premature baby lucky.
It means you get more pre-society time.
But yeah, like, it can lead to health defects or stunt your growth. I mean, not always. Look at me.
What?
I was premature.
You're 6'6".
Yeah?
And you were premature?
Yeah.
Jesus, you probably would have been 7'6" if your ass stayed put.
He was quick to point out that he doesn't actually participate in any self-harm activities. He recommended counseling to get his behavior under control. That way he and Florian could work things out.
Okay, disagree with him here. Even if he does try to get better, she needs to bail immediately. The only thing she's done wrong is not push Stan's dumbass down a well before he could introduce himself.
You don't always know that your significant other is a piece of garbage until you're already trapped. That's...
Oh, no. I'm not putting her down. I'm just trying to turn it back on Stan. He's a real ass taxi.
I can agree with you there.
I guess they didn't have, case search back then, did they?
Honestly, I'm not sure.
Yeah, because I would have asked at some point, "Hey, Stan, before you impregnate me, why didn't you finish college again?"
He also let Stan down easy on the whole "we should be together" claim, informing Stan, "That type of stuff will make me not want us to meet each other."
Ha! Denied!
He also enclosed an autographed starter cap for Matthew.
Guarantee you Matthew never got it.
I'm picturing it as a very, obviously 6-year-old size hat, and Stan's still walking around with it on his head.
Yeah, it'll be like when I wore your hat.
How is your head bigger than mine?
I don't even know.
Yeah, that's not the reason Matthew never got it. As Eminem continued to write his response letter to Stan, he recalled a story he'd heard on the news that reminded him of him, and slowly came to realize that story was about Stan.
Oh, no.
This gets very unpretty. Mentally prepare yourself.
Go for it.
Shortly before Eminem wrote this letter, Stan recorded an audio cassette addressed to the rapper, referring to him as Mr. I'm Too Good to Call or Write My Fans.
Oh, that's much too long to be a good insult.
Stan said that he didn't deserve to be ignored by his idol for 6 months, even after he corrected his handwriting on the address.
His handwriting being sloppy really was the one thing he was holding on to.
Yeah, the first few letters weren't delivered. Only the last 2 letters ever made it to Eminem, so that was true. But I guess when it's the one thing that matters to you in the world, it'll, eat at you. Stan was in his car driving upwards of 90 miles per hour on the freeway, having taken several pills as well as alcohol. Quoting the song that began his obsession in the first place, he asked, "Hey Slim, I just drank a 5th of vodka. Dare me to drive?"
Yikes. That's a sick callback, though.
Oh, it gets sicker, but not sicker in the way you meant.
Man.
Stan declared that he had torn down all of his merchandise and washed his hands of Eminem.
But he's still quoting his songs? Someone's not doing a great job at playing it cool.
His wish was that Eminem would be haunted by the thought of Stan, that he'd spend his nights sleeplessly regretting the betrayal of his soulmate.
Did he say soulmate?
Not in so many words, but that was pretty much the gist of it.
Oh, I was gonna say that would have been creepier.
But the most shocking part of the tape had yet to occur, as Stan poured his angry, drunken thoughts onto the tape. A screaming could be heard in the background.
Shit.
Florian had been forced into the trunk of the car Stan was rocketing down the road in his intoxicated rage toward a bridge over a body of water.
I can't do this one. No.
The last thing Stan said before the car tires squealed as it careened off of the bridge was, "Oh shit, I forgot. How am I supposed to send this shit out?"
Fucking idiot.
Needless to say, the tape was ultimately recovered.
I need a drink, dude. What the hell?
Stan and Florian were to be buried side by side, but Florian's family arranged for a resting place to be as far as possible from the man who ended her life.
Good. Because when the zombie apocalypse comes, and my brother and his friends have it on good authority that it will, mind you, that would be awkward.
You're doing that, coping with a bad thing by babbling nonsense thing again.
He told me he even saw 2 zombies in a closet making babies.
And you saw one of the babies?
And the baby looked at me.
The baby looked at you? Damn it. You're trying to distract me with Simpsons quotes. We're pretty much done.
Monorail.
Eminem was deeply affected by the tragedy, having written a song based on the events that transpired, turning Stan's actual letters into verses.
Wait, Stan was about Stan?
That never occurred to you?
I'm not a detective.
And despite the fact that Stan was dead, he still sent Matthew his starter cap.
Oh. Yeah, that's cool, I guess.
And this is our last segment where I take a peek inside of Cody's mind to get his expert opinion on this case.
I am very sad.
I haven't asked
That's my expert opinion. What's next episode?
Alright, if you're just gonna cut me off. Alright, well, I figured you'd be a bit bummed out after this one.
Grim Cuddy?
So we're going to take a look at something you might have a bit more fun with. Are you familiar with Freddy Fazbear's Pizza?
Yeah.
Well, some people died there, and we're going to talk about it.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's go.
So make sure you join us next time. Don't forget to subscribe so you can join us on our adventure, and give the video a like or a comment,
Hell, do both.
so that we can invite even more people on these spooky little adventures.
And remember, most importantly,
Keep it real.
and keep it strange. That was like Alfred Hitchcock from Music to be Murdered by.
Do you think that's the only thing he's from?
No.
Okay, good.